I'm Sean Hines, and this is Hard News for Hump Day, September 24th, 2014. Destiny is holding one of its first unique events, and it's offering up legendary gear for participants. The Queen's Wrath event opened last night and will run through October 6th, featuring new bounties and remixed missions for Weary Guardians. The unique gear includes new weapons, shaders, and even class-specific armor, but there's no word on whether or not you can find a complete set. Legendaries are guaranteed, though, by completing a bounty, turning that into the Queen's Emissary, and then completing a remixed story mission. After that, you should receive 2 fixed legendary pieces, though it is recommended you're level 24 before embarking on this quest. Now, we just had our first level 30 in-game, and higher level players are already complaining that the Queen's Wrath loot is a bit below their level. I, on the other hand, spent an hour last night at the treasure cave just shooting enemies, and welcomed the opportunity for some guaranteed perps, because right now I'm flush with filthy casual greens for days. Yesterday, Steam introduced an updated version of their launcher and storefront, adding a wealth of new ways to encourage you to buy more games. The most striking is the introduction of Curators. This is meant to improve a game's discoverability, but it has only taken 24 hours for users to start exploiting the service. Some are in it for the money, providing users not only advice on a game's quality, but where you can buy a shady game key on the internet and then promptly get your information stolen. Others are just in it for the lulz, recommending that you go kill yourself, or simply comparing everything to the cult classic Postal. A great measure of quality of game, of course. Now for Steam, this seems like business as usual, with the same sort of trolls showing their face for the release of Steam reviews and Steam tags, but by empowering curators, maybe Valve is simply hoping to flush out a few assholes. And if there's one thing the internet has in spades, it's assholes. Speaking of assholes, Blizzard's is raw from years of fucking itself trying to make their newest MMO Titan into the next Black Tar heroine of gaming. Considering the project was never technically officially announced, it must sting to know that 7 years ago Blizzard was so full of hope that they could recreate the success of WoW a second time, only to have that dream die today. Blizzard CEO Mike Morhaime is quoted as saying, "I wouldn't say no to ever doing an MMO again, but I can say right now that that's not where we want to be spending our time." If you recall, the project hit a snag last year and was reset in order to right the ship. Obviously, that just didn't happen. I imagine for Activision, it's a bit like spending the better part of a decade throwing Benjamins into a furnace shaped like Jay Wilson's face. So it's official! Project Titan goes onto the shit shelf next to Shattered Nations, Warcraft Adventures, and StarCraft Ghost. I'm Sean, and that was Hard News. Hey, thanks for sticking around after Hard News. If you enjoyed this episode, then give me a thumbs up. Why don't you leave a comment? And how about you check out the latest version of side-scrollers called Polygamy Ninja Strike? Polygamous Ninja Strike? I don't, it's got ninjas. Just click this little window right here. Also, don't forget that in a week, we're gonna be moving away straight to the news-only channel, and you can subscribe just by clicking this watermark below. Come on, just click any of these. There's so many things to click. Click my face and see what happens.